So in the last video we looked at this sort of photonic waveguide structure where we had this sort of photonic crystal and then this light source here, and we emitted light along this sort of waveguide and interacted with this sort of sample, I guess, or whatever this periodic structure is, this jumbled structure is here, and we got some light out the front. It's just an example of a type of a waveguide. But what I want to do in this video is show you how to build these structures and how these sort of devices are put together. So the device is made up of layers. So fundamentally, all devices in GPUDM are made up of layers. So we've got layer editor here. So we've got actually three. It looks like two layers. We've actually got three layers. So we've got air, which is so small it doesn't matter. That layer can basically be deleted. But then we've got silver, or nominally silver. I've just said it's a high refractive index. And we've got some type of substrate here. It happens to be P dot. So it's so you've got effectively two layers. You've got a layer there and a layer there. Now within these layers you can define further objects. So for example, if we look at this layer, edit, we can see we've got this is the layer. It's called silver. We can change its name, or yeah, we can call it I don't know. We'll call it photonic crystal. And we've got this shape here, which has currently got no name, but let's call it. It was I think it came from an AFM image. So let's call it AFM image. So we've got these two. This is the main layer, and then we've got this sort of sub shape here. And what we can do is we can add to this main layer. We can add other objects. So for example, by clicking new, we can get a box here that we can move around this layer. And we can change, so if we go back to this, so we've now got a photonic crystal, AFM image, and none. So let's call this lens. Okay. And now let's change this from a box to a convex lens. It takes a while to update because it's redrawing all the meshes. So there we've got effectively a convex lens. It's facing the wrong way. It's looking a bit weird. So let's rotate that round so it looks a bit lens-like. And then let's change its dimensions. That's quite clearly crazy. The default, I think, it sets the shapes as sort of half the size. So if we dx, so if we make that is an order of magnitude smaller, too small. Let's see. Yeah, that's a bit too small, isn't it? I can hardly see it. So let's make that, say, 4. Okay, there we go, 4, and DZ is 4. This is all in meters. So we've got sort of a vaguely sensible lens thing. And then we can change, we can change the material this is made of. So currently it's got this optical material as P3HT PCBM, but we could change it to whatever. What's that actually? I don't know what that's doing there. But anyway, we can change whatever we want. Right. So what I want to talk about now is effectively how to make these shapes. So I'll just get rid of this because we don't need that. And let's look at the materials database. Sorry, the shape database. So if we go to databases, shape database, and let's make a new shape. So let's go new, and let's go new shape, and let's call this shape test3. Okay, it could be called anything, but we'll just call it test3. Now let's open this, and we get effectively a shape. Now here we've got a bit of a Gaussian, you see sort of a Gaussian shape, and here we've got, I'm not sure what that shape is. I think it came from an AFM image. It doesn't matter. But anyway, if we click Build Mesh, it will turn this into a 3D shape. So what we can now do is, for example, we can go to generate lens. So click on that, and this will generate a convex lens. And if we now click Build Shape, we've got a convex lens. Or if we change the option to concave lens, generate, and then run it. We get a concave lens. So what we can also do is we can generate photonic crystal structures. So if we go generate, let's just turn this mesh off, and let's generate a photonic crystal structure. So this looks a bit crazy because it's sort of is very, very big. So let's change this. Let's decrease the size of the, let's keep this on top. Let's decrease the size of this, sort of the circles to 7. Let's regenerate. Let's reduce the spacing to say 20 and 20. So generate that again. We've got offset here. Let's make this offset smaller to say 10. Actually, let's have no offset. Let's just line it up in this case. And then what we can do is using the mouse we can draw out structures. So I'm just going to draw out. I don't know. Let's draw out something like this. So you can there's obviously unlimited options with this type of game, and then let's just have a channel going up here. Let's have a T-junction, some type of a splitter. And I'll admit something up here. So I don't know how this is going to work, but we're just literally trying to demonstrate how to draw photonic crisscross structures. So let's build a mesh and see how this looks. So that's like super spiky. That's very. And if we show this mesh, whoops, if we show the mesh, it's sort of very. It's not very well discretized. So let's increase the number of points. So rather than 20, let's do 40. And let it have another go at discretizing it. So we start off with effectively a completely square triangular mesh, and then it tries to eliminate the triangles. But if you don't get that first mesh detailed enough, it won't capture it. So that's looking a bit better. So we'll look at that. So they're a bit like squares in the discretization. Just I think it's just reloading. There we go. So a bit like squares in discretization, but we could have used a higher number and it would look less squarey, but that'll do for today. So let's get rid of that. So we've done that. So it's called test 3, and let's let's get rid of this thing. We don't need this, and let's replace this with test 3. Test 3. There we go. So that's pretty cool. So now let's move the source just so it lines up, and let's run it. Should go. Yeah, just run that. So here's the progress bar. So have a sip of coffee whilst that's running. There we go, let's look at the output. So I think it's still refreshing. Yeah, it actually just crashed then. Not sure why. Something to do with OpenGL, but if it does, just restart it. It's still a bit temperamental, but especially with all these sort of swapping shapes out. But doesn't matter. So now let's look at snapshots, and I think we're exciting the EY, weren't we? So let's look at this. There we go, and let's show the device. So I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, let me know if you use this. I'm sort of as I said in the last video, I'm just throwing this out there, see if people use it. I've never had code in the past that I've written people have not used. So yeah, if you want to collaborate in any way, drop me a mail. Thank you very much.